you very much, sir.
3 years ago, in September 2015, to be precise, all nations in the world approved the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The eradication of hunger and all forms of malnutrition was defined by the world leaders as cardinal objective of the agenda, a sine qua non for a safer, fairer, and more peaceful world. The concept of zero hunger is quite broad. It signifies a condition in which all people, all the times, have physical, social, and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life. So zero hunger is not just about feeding people, but nourishing people as well. Apart from undernourishment, other forms of malnutrition have also increased. In 2017 also, at least 1.5 billion people suffer from micronutrient deficiencies that undermine their health and lives. At the same time, the proportion of adult obesity continues to rise, also in Africa. This year, therefore, World Food Day focuses more on reminding the entire international community of their fundamental political commitment to humanity, the eradication of all forms of malnutrition, and to raise awareness that achieving a zero hunger by 2030 is still possible.
I would like to focus on the action the ministry is taking, especially the Department of Agricultural Extension is taking towards supporting Nigeria or supporting the country to end hunger and move towards zero hunger in the country as well as in the world. I know many of us may be aware about the present policy of this government, the agricultural promotion policy, which is directed at ensuring that agriculture actually becomes the alternative for growing the economy. And like you and I know, the potential of the country in agriculture is so huge because we have cultivable land, we have environment, water resources, and we have the human resources to make agriculture boom and ensure that there is food for all. Much as, like the FAO has said, much as production has increased nationally and worldwide, we still have privilege of hunger, and especially poor nutrition across the country. That is because there is challenge with access, there is challenge in handling, there is challenge in access to food, access to productive resources, and handling of the farm produce. And that is why that agricultural promotion policy, the green alternative, is focusing on not just making productive resources available to producers, but also enhancing the value, upgrading the value chain aspect of the agricultural system. In other words, adding value, proper handling of farm produce from the farm down to the consumer, supporting entrepreneurship development and adding value to our produce, so that we do not only see them as fresh produce, we also add value to them so that it can stay on the shelf for a while or be transported from areas of surplus to areas of deficit.
So this program is a program that
has been on our minds. It's a program that was organized, to sensitize the public about hunger, which is the problem that we are facing right now in the world. And to commemorate this program, World Food Day, which is being celebrated every year by the United Nations, this year's theme is to eradicate hunger by the year 2030. That is why we saw it, we deemed it fit to organize this dialogue so that stakeholders will come together, discuss, come up with a communique to find a way around eradicating hunger. On the part of the federal government, like I said, they've started their bits, but we wouldn't say it is uhuru yet. There's still enough room for improvement. There's still enough room for sensitization. In some areas, in some states particularly now have now taken it upon themselves to build silos for storage for food, And if we go by that, I think it's a long way in trying to, preserve what we produce for it to sustain, us in the coming years ahead. For Part Agro as a company, what we advocate, what we stand for, it's actually to mediate, to sensitize, and to stand as a gap for the people that are less privileged to be able to voice out their needs or their demands. So I think we are on our toes trying to reach these agencies and that's the federal agencies, the NGOs, in trying to see that we achieve what the world wants to achieve when it comes to food sustainability in the world.